Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stalker Anomaly. Here is our... Okay, so we've got a bug here. This is a classic bug. The brown face bug. Classic bug that you encounter in Fallout 4. Anyway, not a brilliant, wonderful, amazing, super way to start the video. However, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Stalker Anomaly. Alright, so I've got a fair bit of information to get into today, but rather than just try to roll it all off the tongue right from the get-go and overload you with monstrously massive amounts of information, let's take our time here. If you are reading this, you must have escaped the tyranny that is the Overseer. Concord and Boston are in shambles. There is fights and looting everywhere. Anyone from Vault 111, come to these coordinates. Okay, so let me just show you the magnificent map, which is a new map I have never seen before. I mean, I've seen the 3D model map. I may need to adjust the volume slightly. However, we have these little indicators here. This key, or legend it's called, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got all sorts of interesting icons along the map, and I do feel like this is a little bit of a kind of a hat tip to Stalker Anomaly, how, you know, you have these zone transition symbols which allow you to transition to a different zone. Obviously that's not going to be happening here because it's still one giant open world, but we have several locations here. Location, event, magazine, bobblehead, all outlined for us to investigate should we so desire. So that's kind of cool. Alright, I will just do a little bit of tweaking here, I think, on this. Will I? Oh, it's not that loud. Okay, anyway, let's carry on. So, for your own inquiry and investigation, there is a link down below to this list. Many of you will know this list by now. We have played this a couple of times on the channel already. I think 3 times, in fact. Radiation in this pack is extremely lethal. Let me just say that right off the bat. I have been playing around with this pack a little bit today, and I got myself into some really messy situations. Turning off the music, okay? That's just personal preference. You have the choice to leave that on if you so desire. Obviously, I have not got my weapons bound. This is what we have for the time being. We have a baton, we have a Glock, and we have picked up this gigantic rifle, which we still can't yet inspect, which is fine. I guess possibly that'll be fixed. We don't have any ammo for it anyway. So this is the 0.4 update for... Did I say Stalker Anomaly? I meant to say Fallout Anomaly if I said Stalker Anomaly. Heavily inspired by Stalker Anomaly. As you can see, zombies are a real deal, my friends. The MAME mod is installed. It will activate when we take damage. These zombies are obviously festering and rotting. It's not too difficult to knock off their limbs. Now, we're not going to be doing the full scan of Sanctuary. We're just going to be heading into the essential locations to gather, you know, the most essential gear before we head on to our destination for this episode. So one of the core mods that I am most interested in this list is called Guns for Hire. I've never played with it before, and I only have a very small insight into the mod from another YouTuber that I watched once upon a time. And I think, I don't even remember if I saw one of his missions, one of the missions that he did. However, it's a very, very deep, full-featured mod. which, well, allows you to essentially establish your own kind of office in the world, where you have a secretary or an assistant, similar to like Nick, you know, what's his name? Synth Nick, the investigator person. His name escapes me at the moment. Detective Nick. So similar to him. There are varying jobs of all kinds. Oh dear. Oof. There are varying jobs of all kinds. Like, varying jobs of all kinds. And I read from the description on the Nexus for that mod that essentially it offers you infinite variation in different kinds of jobs. There's like a... I don't know how to say it, but maybe like a list of like 7 different kinds of jobs that you can get, or maybe more. Maybe it was like 17, I forget. But within those jobs, job categories, the variation in which they can spawn varies infinitely according to the mod author. So, I have been toying with this idea since I did an episode on Stalker Anomaly as a comparison to this mod list. I've been toying with this idea of... And I've been talking to the developers about this list, and I should say actually that the developers were closely in connection with them and in communication. Picked up a nice gun there. Let's have a look at that. Mark 12 SPR. Very cool. This mod list, I think, has the most guns that I have ever seen in any list. I haven't seen probably 95% of the guns in the time that I've played Fallout 4. It has a lot of guns. I'd say somewhere maybe in the region of like 100 or something crazy like that, given that it has a lot of loose mods, as in one standalone mods, but also compilations of guns, collections of guns in various other forms. Alright, let's get ourselves into the root cellar before we continue on. So let me just outline this idea that I'm trying to kind of toy with at the moment, and that I've been talking to the developers about. When I play Stalker Anomaly, I found a vintage and rare board game. I feel like in Stalker Anomaly it's very, very hard to survive in the world, and the gameplay that essentially you're forced to go into. I mean, I'm sure there's ways around it if you put enough effort into it. However, I very quickly feel like I'm being drawn into the economy. Excuse me, the economy. Organic sludge. Gross. The economy of the Stalker Anomaly world. And what that means is that I can't just survive in the world from scavenging. It's not sufficient. I need to be earning money. I need to have a job. I need to be taking quests. And yeah, earning whatever the currency is. I forget, it's rubles, isn't it, in Stalker Anomaly? Obviously caps here. Because it's just too difficult to survive in the world. Now, it's not impossible to survive. From what I've seen so far, it's not impossible to survive in this world without getting a job. But as you can see here, we're taking radiation damage all the time. Radiation is absolutely lethal in this pack. You get radiation sickness. I have not yet figured out exactly what level it is. I think it's when you get 30% down there at the bottom left, radiation 30%. It could be 25, it could be 35, but it's somewhere in that region. So once you've got that radiation damage in your body, you take constant rad damage of insane levels. Well, not insane, but it's somewhere in the region of about 10 rads per second, which is pretty insane. Essentially, it will kill you. At which point, from what I figure, I read that, didn't read that one unfortunately, sorry about that. you need to fully heal your reds back to 0 in order to cure that. Otherwise, it continuously comes back and kills you. Now, basically, all food has rads in it. Purified water doesn't. It's become more difficult to make purified water and to cleanse your food. I want to go intelligence here. We've got a decent carry capacity right off the bat. We're at 230. And we will be picking up a backpack on our way through Concord. I'm going to see if I can do something about that cough. I thought I'd change that setting. Just give me a moment. Okay, I've disabled the settings through the MCM. Let's see if that has an effect. I obviously forgot to save that setting last time. I'm just not a huge fan of the cough. I know it's been added in for like immersion purposes and stuff like that. But it's just not really my sort of thing to keep hearing that. Anyway, we have karma. We have crime and punishment involved. Let me just show you this very quickly. So, to build a desalinator, we have to have science rank 2. It also requires power, rubber, which we can get from here anyway. There's another desalinator there. There's a powered water pump, which requires 8 rubber. I don't know if that's going to give us purified water. I imagine it's not, which we're then going to have to put through another process here of radiation removal, desalination potentially, because, you know, we're getting water from essentially a salt water source. So what I'm getting at is it's been made much more difficult to survive, which I just love that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Already with this pack, in my experimentation with it today, since the last update, it's becoming the pack that I really want to play, with this idea of, you know, it's impossible to survive in this world without kind of working and earning our way. Now, this is one thing I've noticed. I get the feeling maybe this is done intentionally. Where there is normally cap stashes in the world, I'm finding these little magazines. Potentially this could be a bug. However, it could also be intentional, in the sense that, you know, it's supposed to be difficult now to find caps. Which, okay, it's great, I like it. I'm assuming that maybe they can't remove the model completely, and so they're just replacing it with this kind of empty, uninteractable magazine down here, which is fine. So we're going to have to work. We're going to have to earn our living in this world in order to survive. I know I said I wasn't going to do the full run of Sanctuary, but, you know, clearly it gives me a little bit of breathing room to introduce you to some of these ideas and things we've got. We've really got to watch our radiation. However, thankfully, we are started off with, especially once we've cleared the whole of Sanctuary here, we're started off with a fair amount of... Actually, we don't have that much on us right now. We will do, though, by the time we get to Concord, I think. A broken pipe gun. Don't have any bobby pins. I'm sure there's some around here somewhere. There's definitely some in Concord. So we're finding a fair amount of loot, and that's interesting to me. What it means is, you know, normally I'm playing with the mod that, well, just means there's no loot anywhere. It's like, I set it to like 15 or 20% loot, which means you just hardly find anything. However, well, it's a very different kind of play style, and I'm getting the feeling that in a large portion of this world, there isn't going to be that much loot. Or maybe in settlements or certain zones, there will be loot for us to gather, alright? Which makes sense, doesn't it? Not everywhere would be totally looted, unless you're playing... You are now able to make Yankee pot roast, New England lurk chowder, and softshell bisque. Unless you're playing in a kind of roleplay where it's late into the apocalypse. So we've got real AI involved here. Alright, we're doing okay. So far, so good. No loot there. What did I just see? Okay, advanced safe and a fishing rod. So for this this guns for hire, we need to be making our way. Oh, did I go up on the roof? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. We got it. We got a gun for that. This guns for hire mod. We need to make our way towards Diamond City. So that's our objective here. Our character has awoken, seeing that the world is desolate, barren, except for these, well, these monstrous creatures. Now, we also have the Hunter mod installed. We are going to be gathering meat as we go. Now, let's just have a look at how much radiation. Now, where has that? So some of this, it's all still work in progress. As I was saying, the dog, okay, that's got 8 rads on it. So obviously you don't want to be touching that. Mute fruit has got 2 rads. Withered mute fruit has 3 rads and also damages HP. You know, I wouldn't mind if if it was possible to have all of this food slightly damage your HP a little bit, just to again further deter you from, obviously it's enough of a deterrence with the rads, but to really bump it up, to potentially even damage your HP a little bit as well. Maybe that's a little bit too far though. I guess it just depends on the person, right? Okay, so there's a lot of mods in here. I'm not gonna, there's a link down below for you to inquire into yourself. We did go down here in another episode. If you haven't seen what's down here yet, I highly suggest you may want to make your way down there to make use of those facilities. I will leave it at that. The cars now are lootable. Hello, boy. Let's say hello to Dogmeat here. Okay, we're not going to be taking him with us. Just for now. We're just going to tell him, if you wouldn't mind coming here, boy. Let's tell him to go on home to Sanctuary, I guess. We obviously haven't confirmed. Haven't conquered this red rocket yet. Let's have another quick look here, maybe. Just check out some of the, maybe the crafting benches. Oh, we've got a backpack workbench. And a coffee pot. Cook pot. Cooking. Distillery. That's new. Fermenter. Advanced needs is installed in this mod list as well. I'm not sure how much any of these have to do with that. A produce brush. Cleans and trims all held wild produce. Okay, so this is deep. Honestly, guys, this, even though it's still coming together, it's at 0.4. Obviously, the numerically, it's 1.0, which is a full release. Okay, so we're still, I guess, round about halfway through development. Oh, God, did I send him home, didn't I? Okay, let's let them fight outside. I'm just going to throw in a save here. So even though we're still early in development, this is really feeling like, to me, and I've played a few different mod lists, to me now those mod lists are feeling, in a way, kind of vanilla, compared to how twisted, in a really good way, twisted as in evolved, twisted into different directions, this mod list is already starting to feel. With regards to how complex some of this feels. It feels really advanced. For me. You, personally, may be very familiar with some of these mechanics, mods, etc. But I am just not, by any means. So, it's very, very exciting, I feel. Okay, we've got a medkit here. Let's see what we can do about shooting this lock. Now, I have noticed, if we get our gun out, we have to stand a little bit further away, so if we get too close, we've got the unlock. If we get a bit back, we've got unlock and also shoot. This is not guaranteed. Okay, we did get into it though. We can potentially Uh-oh. Destroy that in the process. We can potentially destroy the lock, or we could also just make it inaccessible without a lockpick. So it's not always a guarantee. Plus, time is passing, and night times are dangerous. We'll get to that. Bear Hunter perk level up. Plus 3% more damage against Yaowai. So, you know, we're passing time here by butchering all these animals. Night time, well, we'll get to that when it becomes night. Mini nuke hemisphere core. Okay, why not? Yeah, we'll take some of this stuff. We're not super like obsessive about it all. Spiced rum, hydrocortisone, day tripper, imperial stout. Tell you what, just take it all. It's good to get a little bit of an idea as to what's what. Obviously, again, we've got this icon, this ungatherable caps stash. How are we looking here on capacity? We're probably getting up there a bit. We are. So yeah, it just feels like it's going to be very different to anything that I've used before. Let's have a quick look through here. So we've got loads of armor mods installed as well. Way more than I have ever seen in any collection that I've ever played. And this is one of the reasons why, although we know here that this is in development, the developers are watching these videos, they are taking into account our comments. They're definitely making additions and changes based off of the things that we discuss here, and suggestions and things from other people as well in the Discord. There's a link to that down below. Guns for hire items. Okay, we'll look into that at some point. Now, we do have a medic skill. I think we're at level 25. Restores limbs. Okay, so it's good that we can craft this stuff. I like that we can craft it. Considering how brutal Maim is. Long last painkiller. I feel like I want a doctor's bag right off the bat. It doesn't feel too expensive. At least to me right now it doesn't. But again, it's all being balanced out. You can let us know your thoughts as well. But please do kind of check the mod list out. See how you feel about it. So yeah, there's loads and loads of stuff going on. This is what I was going to say. I feel like it's very appropriate to have a lot of patience with this. If you install the mod list, go slow with the menus. I've found myself occasionally getting stuck because it's like I'm trying to go through things too fast. I've played this game so much in the past that I just, you know, I'll click here, then I'll click here as fast as possible. Go here, click here, load, save, load, quick. And I think I've been overloading the game a little bit. 811 mods installed. So it's truly massive. The scope of what they're trying to achieve here is very big. So have a lot of patience with the pack. These things will be refined and developed as the pack evolves, obviously. That's just a sound effect. We didn't actually lose ammo there. I think. At least that's how it was last time. I'll tell you what, let's check that. Okay, we've got 22 out of 21. We'll shoot one of these. Okay, let's reload. Yeah, we don't actually lose ammo, even if it has the sound effect. Where we drop the magazine. Now, we are going to... Uh-oh. Radiation. Alright. Okay, we got through that. Now, here's one thing that I'm potentially weighing up from today so far. And this is just another idea. And obviously, it's open to interpretation. It might not be everybody's deal. Okay, I didn't actually have my biohazard suit on. This thing gives us 1000 radiation resistance, apparently. Now, if we head out back to that same little area we were just at then. I just want to test this for the sake of knowing. Yeah, okay, so it does have an effect on these little pockets of radiation in the world. That's great. There's part of me mentally also interested in, and this may not line up with the developer's vision And that's totally fair enough, but I'm going to say it anyway. I wonder what it would be like to exist in a world like this. What's that? What's that mod? Gas masks of the Commonwealth. Where the world is totally toxic and you need to be wearing a gas mask at all times. Now, I'm not talking about that, but I'm just referring to that because, you know, part of that system is that the world, the environment is totally toxic and you need to have protection. And if your protection runs out, you're dead. Enemies, NPCs are also subject to the same law. Obviously, we know that this girl
Can you help me?
is to do with... What's it called? Oh, I forget what it's called.
Oh, me?
The mod we looked into last time. Despair, or it's not that, but it's something like that.
It's my friend Murphy.
We're just going to take the quest for the time being. I'll see what I can do.
Really?
Yeah.
Big yellow building down the street.
I know. I'm thinking of the words despair and dystopia. It's not that, but it's something like that. You probably know what it is, but I'm trying to think of something else here, which is why I'm not too fussed about clarifying that. I'm wondering what it would be like to play this pack in a world that was totally radioactive, whereby if I was not wearing any radiation damage, any radiation suit, I would be taking constant radiation damage of 1 rads per second, maybe 2 rads per second, still having the little pockets where the radiation increases to like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rads per second, to the point where I need to put this suit on in order to survive in the world. However, if that was to be implemented, personally, I would want this suit to have absolutely no armor resistance whatsoever. So it incentivizes me to take it off when I get in combat, quickly swap it out somewhere, or prepare for combat if possible by putting my armor on while I'm taking radiation damage in small amounts, to then have to repair that radiation damage after combat and put my suit back on. Now, I'm toying with the idea of what that might be like. It would probably feel pretty hardcore. And maybe there's some other way of kind of implementing that and balancing it out. How do you as the viewer feel about that? It just makes sense to me psychologically. Everyone, as you'll see here, or at least all these raiders, they're all walking around in these rad suits. Look at them. And that's fair enough, because there's pockets of radiation in the world that are damaging. But I just wonder what that would be like to play in this world that was constantly radioactive. Alright, let's get into a little bit of combat here. We're actually doing okay on rads. Also, I have managed to reset the compass bar down there. It will look a little bit different in your game. The gun sounds are magnificent. Oh wow, I got hit. Okay, we leveled up. Did we just level up? Because our rads are gone. Our health is full. I feel like we just leveled up. Oh, we didn't. Huh. Oh, because MAME kicked in. MAME kicked in. I think that's reset our health. I'm not going to take that just yet. I feel like I've got probably too much gear on me, which is never a problem for me. I never find myself overburdened from picking up way too many items in the world. It just doesn't ever happen. Oh, okay, actually we're not too bad. I can probably pick that gun up. Now, I think the mod has been implemented where you don't actually have to pick the weapon up to get the ammo. I need to do another test on that. I did it earlier, but I'm pretty sure you don't now have to pick up the weapons. So the ammo drop mod, or whatever it's called, has been implemented. I like the look of this. I think I'm going to get that equipped. So we've already got some really nice weapons in the world here. It's got a massive scope on it, though. I'd like to do something about that. All of this is still being worked on. It's still being leveled out. We don't know exactly if this is functioning very close to how the developers want it, or if there is still some tweaks and things that need to be done in terms of like what weapons enemies are spawning with. The reason I say that is because I don't know whether or not I want to have access to these really powerful guns from raiders. I don't know. I guess we'll see how we go. We'll see how it all balances itself out as we progress. Now, there's some sort of crazy dude up here. He just shouts at everyone who walks past. I don't know who he is, but he seems to be absolutely insane. So we're just going to leave him up there doing his thing. Okay, I'm overburdened. I don't know why though, because I've only got 235 junk components. Okay, give me a second. And we leveled up. So these are the, what they call these, the tag skills. Guns, medicine, sneak, survival, and crafting are the ones we took. You have to take a specific trait, it's called, I think, in order to get those 1 extra or 2 extra tag skills there. So, you know, we've got ourselves that. I am going to take strength here just because I think that's going to boost our carry capacity a little bit. We don't have any skill points available to put into these just yet. So let's accept that. And now our carry capacity has gone up by somewhere in the region of about 10. I had a lot of problems with the radiation in my testing earlier because I hadn't realised. Oh yeah, also, I'm pretty sure that's why we've reset there, because the main mod kicked in, so that shouldn't happen again, alright? But what I was saying is, I hadn't realised that you have this radiation poisoning effect, which is brilliant. And makes me very, very nervous about radiation. Because it absolutely kicked my arse and I could not figure out what was going on. I was just taking massive amounts of radiation damage everywhere I went. Then curing it, and it was coming back because I hadn't fully cured it. Like I was being left with 2% or 5% rads after I took the pills. And it was coming back again. So it's really brutal. Makes me nervous about eating and drinking. Speaking of which, we're not hungry, we are a little bit thirsty. Okay, we've got 8 purified water that we've gathered. We've got milk too. Interesting. Okay, that's new. Don't think I've ever had milk in this game before.
Yes?
Here's this weird dude again.
This hunt will make for a good story.
So what's your story?
We talked to him
Trade?
last time, didn't we?
Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Now, yeah, I actually am curious. I mean, I'm on my way to Diamond City anyway. But for now, let's just see what you got to trade. Carla. Okay, so we've got 92 caps. I'll tell you what we're going to do here. We are actually going to sell some of our valuables. Some of our valuables. We might sell, yeah, let's sell a couple of them. Carla's off, she's off. But that doesn't matter. I think for now, I'm kind of interested in... Well, a lot of med kits. We've got a doctor's bag. Some bandages wouldn't be terrible. Did I craft some bandages? I thought I did. Let me... Oh, maybe I didn't craft any bandages. Was I just looking at that in the menu and not actually crafting them earlier? Okay, well, give me one of these then. It's 35. Some Adderall, which is probably Jet, is it? Okay, so let's just go on like this. So a sterile bandage there is actually costing me less than a regular bandage, so that obviously could be patched. I think that was like 38 or 35. A sterile bandage, which may or may not work as I'm imagining it should, is actually cheaper, so that obviously could be fixed. Alright. Alright, anyway, let's carry on. So the main meat of what I want to be doing for the time being, and I'm not going to be thinking too much further ahead, is I really want to play around with this Guns for Hire mod and get our character established in the world.
done to my boy?
He bought them fair and square, Trudy.
Oh yeah, so as you can potentially see there at the bottom left, as we're aiming, our stamina is decreasing. And when I hold my breath, holy smokes, the stamina drops insanely quickly. So Drumlin Diner is now clear of annoying people. Bobby Pin, we'll leave this. Obviously we don't need to be taking everything. Can we, we've got a metal bucket there. Let's go have a chat with this nice lady. Who's this? Can't interact with him. Hello there.
Can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
Why, thank you. Hey, she didn't give us caps. What was that noise?
Rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell.
She gave us a military-grade circuit board.
Do you need anything?
That's the first time that I've ever been given... Oh, we've got a leather shoulder bag. Oh, nice. That's the first time that I've ever been given a junk item as a quest reward. So that's really interesting. All right, let me get this. What happened to that bag we just picked up? This one, leather shoulder bag, gives us +5 damage resistance and +20 carry capacity. We are right now going to sell off. Hey, aha, we're near a shop. What am I thinking? Give me that gun. Give me all this. Give me all this. Alright, let's do something about selling off this gear. I don't know if there's damage from over-encumberment.
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
So here's where one of the slight deviations happens in my thoughts. In terms of kind of pulls me out of my immersion a little bit. That guy sitting there was not bothered whatsoever about the radiation in the world. Trudy obviously isn't. I'm walking around in this. The Raiders are walking around in theirs. Obviously Wolfgang and Simone weren't in rad gear either. It's a little bit of an immersion breaking moment. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe some people can come up with their own reasoning for it.
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
Makes me feel a bit silly walking around in this gear. Because no one else seems to be... Some other people aren't too bothered about it anyway.
All salvage, but nothing's junk.
Now, I only say that sort of stuff because, you know, I don't know how the developers feel about this as a concept, but...
If you're here to trade, let's trade.
If it was me making this pack, if I had the skill to do this stuff, I would really want the player to be able to be very deeply, intensely immersed. I didn't get that baseball bat, did I, from... Never mind. The baseball bat from Concord. That's a nice looking gun right there. I think I might sell off the Glock. What does that fire? 10 mils? Oh, that one fires 45s. But we're carrying a lot of stuff. I'd like to keep the double barrel shotgun. I think I'm going to sell this for the time being. It's quite heavy, that's all. Let's sell that too. Should I keep hold of this? 5.56 rounds are probably going to be quite common. Got 5.7s. I'm going to sell that. Does ammo have weight? It does not. Okay, yeah, so we're not on survival mode. We're on very hard, which is how the mod list is set up to be played. That's an important note. Read the descriptions anyway if you're curious about that sort of stuff. It tells you on the mod page. Mod list page. Yeah, I think I'm happy to stick with these guns for now. We can swap out between the Glock and the M1911 or the M1911. And we'll keep all of that just in case we pick up some more 5.56 rounds. Alright, happy with that. How is our capacity looking now? Got things covered from here, Trudy?
Yeah, it's gonna take my son a while to get off the chems, but we'll make it. We always do.
So obviously,
Now, let's get back to business. You need anything for the road?
in Stalker Anomaly, basically everyone who's out in the world is concerned about radiation. Not right now, I'm good, Trudy, thanks. So I just feel like I would want to have that kind of unified across the board. How are these two people kind of walking around without radiation suits on, seemingly healthy and happy. Same as this person here. Now, that could be potentially be quite difficult to fix unless you start giving people masks similar to gas masks of the Commonwealth mod. Who is this anyway? Pumpkin.
I've been staying here for a few days now, but I'm running out of food.
Okay.
Do you know any place close by that's hiring?
Hiring? I mean, not yet, but we're trying... I wonder if this is to do with the Guns for Hire mod.
That would be okay, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Where's your settlement?
So maybe it's just a settler. Head down to Sanctuary, maybe. Maybe Red Rocket for the time being. Alright. So yeah, we do end up getting a, like I said, an assistant of some sort for the Guns for Hire mod, but that might be just a unique settler, named settler. Named and voiced. Yeah, I guess if you're doling out gas masks to everyone in the world, similar to how gas masks of the Commonwealth functions. But my instincts tells me that the developers maybe aren't looking for that, because why wouldn't they have already implemented that? Sam, if you're reading this, there's been a change of plans. We decided to pay this nice settlement a visit called Alexandria. Ripe for the taking, they have women and only a couple of guns. It's northeast of here. We'll wait up for you when we get there. Interesting, I'll take that. For future reference. Alexandria, isn't that the synths place? Maybe not. Follow the rails up north. So these are the quests that we've got active already. A visit from Finland, I'm not sure of. A whisper calmly informs you of a new location to explore. I don't know what that is either. This one's new to me. Oh, this one is our karma decisioning. Karma thing, is it? Maybe, actually don't know. Maybe it's not. This is something else. Experiment DCM. I'm going to disable these for the time being. I don't really want any quests active. We've got the Metro mod installed. Frozen Valley, I've never heard of that before. Return to Vegas is Project Mojave, I think. I don't know what the local flavour is. I don't know what Promising Partnership is. Murphy's Law is Despair, or whatever it is, the mod that we were looking into just a moment ago. You know what? It's not called Despair, but I just can't remember what it's flipping called. Alright, let's carry on towards the city. Oh, that's right. You can open up any kind of lock. Can you? Is that right? Shit. Absolutely hit that one instantly. Instant death. Fuck. Was that closer or not? Nah. It's gotta be this way. Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm not wasting my last lockpick on that. Hey, wait, let's try and shoot it. Ah, bollocks. It's broken now, so we can't even get inside that. Shit. Sorry for the language. I'll try to be more conscious of that from now on. Thing is, the swearing's never a problem for me, but I understand that some people who are watching this and who do watch the channel aren't a huge fan of the swearing. And so I'm happy to try to evolve for their sake. And it's a bit of a deal too for those people, because I've been asked about somebody wants to be able to watch these episodes and things with their kids, and I'm here cursing and swearing away. So, I'll do my best. It's just second nature. It's not even second nature. It's first nature for me to swear. Has been my entire life. It's the British blood. Okay. So this is where we're headed. I think this is our... A little bit hard for me to tell. Oh no, wait. We've got to go to Diamond City. So somewhere over here. It was opposite the entrance, I think. Where's the entrance? It's there. So somewhere in this region is our destination to go and get this Guns for Hire mod initiated. So I've done a lot better this time than I did last time because I was getting my arse kicked by radiation by this point. And we do have something here to, I think. Let me just check actually how we're looking for medicine. So we've got ibuprofen. That's not it. Okay, we actually don't have any of the gear that I had last time that helped me deal with the radiation anyway. We had two specific kinds of tablets, two different kinds of tablets that helped us deal with removing rads. So we're in a really dangerous situation now. If we get too many rads, we're dead, basically, because we can't do anything about it. So let me be extremely cautious. So I get deeply drawn into these experiences when I know that I need to really care for my character. So, you know, being able to earn money to buy safe food, because it's end game, it's much later on down the process. Maybe there's ways you can cheese it. I haven't investigated it fully enough yet. Not cheese it, but maybe get there really quickly. To be able to sterilize your food and your water and purify your food and water. But if that's end game, really difficult to get to that stage. Basically, you need to be able to make a settlement, which is also end game. We're here earning our way in this world. People don't really know us. We've got to earn our reputation. We've got to build our reputation up. Then my psychology is immediately really drawn into this environment, and I'm thinking as the character, because I need to figure out a way to survive in this environment. It's not easy. So, you know, balancing that's going to be tricky. But if you get that right, I'm just fully in this world. The whole time I'm playing this game, my psychology is immersed in this world, concerned with radiation, with where our food's coming from, with where our money's coming from, with these zombies, which feel very nicely balanced so far. Now, this is our first kind of encounter outside of Concord with gunfire, so let's inquire into this a little bit. Sounds like they might be taking on the zombies. This is another thing that I've demonstrated previously, but I'll show you again. We've got verticality now to these, well, a lot of these buildings with these ladders. We can activate them and climb up them. I'm guessing that it might be too much to ask for... So there's a mod that adds in climbable ladders within settlements, and there's an animation for that, where you're climbing up the ladder. I'm guessing this might be too much work. But it would be really nice if you could actually climb the ladder and there was an animation to it. Again, it's probably too much work for this team to do, and I appreciate it, but it would be nice if you had an animation to get yourself up to the roof here. Oh, okay, so this is what it is, alright. Paladin Dance doing his thing. We're actually going to leave him to it. Now, I can just get down here myself, can't I? I don't need to go back down that through the loading screen. Okay, I'm out of here. Okay, so we've found our way into Cambridge now. The pack is still being optimized. There's recently been, as in the last week, somebody has released a whole brand new texture overhaul series of mods. There's about 10 of them for the entire Commonwealth. this mod developer, mod maker, modder has made use of some sort of AI system to fully optimize the entire world of Fallout 4. And I've introduced the developers of this list to his profile. They, as far as I know, they were unaware of it because it's only just come out. It's like a week old. And so potentially what you're experiencing here can be further optimized. I've done a little bit of experimentation with this new series of mods that have just been released, and there's definitely a performance gain, and the textures are actually really nice, really crisp. So, you know, this list is still being optimized. But we're not running into too many issues. It's just obviously you get those occasional stutters, which I tend to experience in all my lists anyway, to some degree. Now, what is going on here? Again, please bear in mind, I don't know if I've showed you this yet, but I'll just give you a little quick rundown. This is the MCM menu. You can see most of the mods in this list, 811, aren't listed here. These are just the ones that have settings you can tweak. Crime and Punishment is a major one. So, New Vegas style Karma. Feral Infestations hasn't activated yet. Advanced Needs is active. We've got a lot of cool stuff happening here. And this is not most of the mods, obviously. And a lot of the quest mods that are active, as I showed you in here, I may have said this already, but these are just the quests that start up when the game starts. This is not all of the quests mods by any means. There's way too many for me to... okay, look at that trippy texture there. There's way too many for me to explain to you. So check the link down below, or just download the mod list yourself and have a look at the list in Mod Organizer. It's a really interesting implementation of zombies, you know. It feels different because this is using zombie walkers as a base, whereas every other pack I've ever played with is using the Feral Ghoul expansion pack and things like more common, you know, I don't know, just more ghouls, ghoul apocalypse or something, where it just adds more ghouls to the world. So it already does feel kind of different, the whole zombie thing here. They feel different somehow. I don't quite know what it is. The movement's different. Obviously real AI is at work as well, so it's enough to kind of challenge me psychologically, even though I'm extremely experienced dealing with zombies in these lists, to the point where I can usually take them on in large numbers with a melee weapon without too much of a problem in general. Okay. Now let me give us a marker here. We are a bit hungry too. Let me give us a marker here as to where we're headed exactly. Alrighty, so far so good. I don't think... It's really cool that there's actually a lot more verticality. Last time, I only noticed it in Concord. So this is really good. Changes things up, doesn't it? I mean, what's up there? We went past a building. Oh, that was Cambridge Police Station. There was a door at the top of that ladder. What's up there, you know? There's another one here. It's opened up a lot more of an avenue of... Like, I'm just curious as to whether or not there is anything up there. It would be brilliant if you could have a climbing animation, but whatever. A loading screen is what it is, you know? It's Bethesda after all. You need a loading screen to get into space, you need a loading screen to get on top of a building. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay, we're heading this way. The world, and I didn't really pick up on this fully until... Well, I did very briefly in the little bit of experimentation I did, but I didn't really connect with it. This world actually feels quite desolate compared to a lot of the other gameplay that I've experienced recently in Fallout 4. Whereas that world feels very chaotic. Obviously there are zombies all over the place, and we've come across 1 or 2 people. But just listen. It doesn't feel like a war zone all the time. I do get this sense of aloneness, you know, the lone stalker vibe. I guess if that can be like honed in on and really capitalized on, I think that would be an interesting feel. Maybe, I don't know if it's possible to like start you out in this way, and then as the world evolves, kind of increase and decrease the spawns randomly. That's possibly not doable. A lot of the time I'm just kind of voicing ideas and things that would be cool if we could do them. Yeah, I got 64 XP for that kill. Okay, I love how the stamina is a problem. Okay, Glock's active.
Please don't be ferals again.
Allow Glock to be crafted at the chem lab. Yep. I'm not even thinking about what I'm pressing here. I was just thinking about I want that that kill sound gone. Personally, now I can do that myself. I know there's a mod that allows me to override the confirmed kill sound, so that I don't know when they're dead. I mean, what is that? If you're going for immersion in the world, at what point are you expecting a confirmation sound to occur inside your head that you just killed an enemy? Get rid of the stealth meter, get rid of the kill sound. Okay, the location discovered thing, if you want, I would probably get rid of that too myself. I don't want to be pulled out of the world every time I discover a new location or every time I get a kill. Oh, by the way, we have a tag skill that gives us 400% increased XP from kills, which is why I just got 64 XP for one of those kills, so just bear that in mind. You may not get the same thing unless you take the same skill. Yeah, it's got a really interesting vibe, this. My other real AI packs are flipping chaos, but I play with more spawns, more enemies, mods. This feels way more open, quiet. I'm not sure how lethal the gunplay is. Let's test this out, just for the sake of testing it. Let's try and take a little bit of damage here and just see. I'll leave my health bar on for this.
Fuck was that?
Oh my god, he's got a rocket launcher. Okay, obviously we don't want to be taking any damage. Karma decreased for killing a local boss. Why would my karma decrease for killing a raider? That's weird, isn't it? Is it? That feels weird to me. Maybe. Maybe you just get karma decreases from deaths, from kills in general. What do you got?
Come on, tough guy. Come on.
Oh, MAME is now active. Wasn't MAME active before? Wasn't MAME active before? I thought we got MAME activated earlier. Okay, I've kind of confused myself there. I could have sworn we activated MAME earlier. Anyway, MAME is famous for having its quirkiness with regards to its operation. Sometimes it kind of bugs in and out of existence. But whatever, I don't know. We'll carry on. We're injured. We don't have any kind of bleeding effect or anything like that. Shit. Fire feels nice, does it? Okay. Alright, so that was a little odd, but whatever. We'll keep testing out We don't want high explosive rockets. I don't know if I've ever expected myself to say that that sentence out loud before. Who doesn't want high explosive rockets? Well, you know, we're just not there, are we, with regards to carrying capacity. But I tell you, it's a little tempting, isn't it, to grab it. Different kinds of rockets is interesting to me. In terms of exactly what that means. We're dealing with all different ammo calibers then. As in, one weapon can have multiple calibers, ammo types. Is that loads of ammo that does that? Oh, okay, we're almost there, guys. We're pretty much at the end of the episode. I guess we'll try and maybe make our way further in towards this destination, though, because that'll kind of round out where we're at for episode 1. 0.4 update for this list. So the next update, 0.5, is supposed to be quite a substantial update, which I don't know the exact numbers on it. I don't know the exact numbers on it. But I'm assuming it's a little while away, somewhere in the region of maybe a few weeks to a month, potentially. Again, that's a total guess. But I have been given the kind of go-ahead in the sense that I've got enough time with this update, and you do with this update, to really get to grips with the pack way more than we were before. And so, you know, we're going to be cultivating this character for a little while on the channel. Really focusing in on the Guns for Hire mod for this particular season. My idea being that until 1.0 releases, you know, we can recreate a new character for the next update that requires a fresh game and pursue maybe the Depravity mod, which is what we were looking into before, or the Project Mojave mod with a different character, right? There's so many massive quest lines involved here that different characters for different seasons on the channel can suit different explorations. At least that's my idea for the time being. Who are you? And why are you standing there? All like this.
Yeah?
What's going on? Now, what is this place? Saints and Sinners. Help fend off what attack? And why aren't these people wearing some kind... Whoa! Was that really necessary? Oh, light bleed here. No ammo. Where is he? Can't see the damn person. Yeah, we've got a light bleed. We've got something to take care of that. That was weird. What I was trying to say is, why aren't these people concerned about the radiation that's around? See what I mean about the kind of just pulling me a little bit out of my immersion? Again, the gas mask of the Wasteland mod makes it so that every enemy NPC in the world spawns with a gas mask, because the environment is toxic, and if you don't have a gas mask, you take radiation damage. Maybe that can be incorporated as it is, the mod. Or maybe some functionality can be incorporated from it. Anyway, that would be great. Potentially that's too much work, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud, as I tend to do. Because, you know, I'm a YouTuber, I suppose. Alright, we're nearly there, I think.
If you picked up any rads or bullet holes out there, I should be able to help.
We actually haven't picked up any rads, which is surprising to me. Maybe the radiation damage level keeps resetting. I can't really keep track of it. But I do know that when I when I did a bit of a run through of this earlier for half an hour, the radiation was kicking my butt big time. Big time. So anyway, I don't know, we'll just carry on as we go, eh? I've got a lot of supplies here. I've also got a couple of levels. We've now got 20 skill points available. And as you can see, the description of these skills tell you here that medic chemist perks unlock at 25, 50, 75 and 100. So, you know, be aware of that as you're leveling them up. You basically don't get any bonus from them until it reaches the next tier, which is fine. Like, we could get sneak to level 40. Survival doesn't have any, excuse me, have any kind of description, although it's probably going to be somewhere in the region of similar, 40 or 50, 70, 75. Endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility. Oh yeah, wait, we've got other ones too. Let me hide ineligible perks. So there's lots going on here. I think I'm actually going to save this for the time being, and I'll address this at a later date, like in the next episode. Ooh, bullet time. You know, I used to play with bullet time for the longest time. And then, once upon a time,
Not eager to get into a fight with mutants, huh?
I played Fallout 4 without VATS or bullet time, and it became a completely different game in all the right ways. It's way more tactical, it's way more difficult, it's way more fun, in my opinion. Now, apparently, somewhere across the road from Diamond City, the entrance to Diamond City is an office. Now, obviously, my first instinct was that it was that, but that's the subway. Here we go. How do I get the key? Oh, I didn't learn that. Alright, let me check on that. Let me just find out what's going on there. Can I just very quickly show you this? We are at the end of the episode. This is the Gun for Hire mod page. I don't know if you're familiar with this mod. This is the most in-depth description. This is not just a mod that gives you random Radiant quests. It's extremely detailed. This description page is, like I said, the most in-depth description page I think I've ever seen for a mod, which just reveals how deep this particular mod is. And this is just one of the mods in this list. Alright, let's get back to it. So, according to the mod page, I'm supposed to be able to just walk over to this and enter it. Now, I think when we started the mod list, we did something about choosing a reputation thing, didn't we? Whereby we need to maybe build up our reputation. I'm going to find out from the developers what's the go with that. Because I couldn't, just quickly scanning over the mod page there, I couldn't see anything about it. So I'm missing something somewhere. However, we're here, we've made it to the location. I'm going to find out what we need to do. We may need to just do some general quests to build up our reputation with the world. Maybe it's linked to karma. I'm not sure. But obviously...
What's that? You said you're a trader up from Quincy? You have enough supplies to keep the general store stocked for a whole month?
She's just going ahead with the dialogue. So I'll figure out what's going on here. We'll somehow get ourselves access to this. We may have to pursue the main quest for a little bit. Abandoned tunnels. How curious, guys. Alright, so very interested to continue exploring this list. It feels good. It feels challenging. There's a few little quirks here and there. It's a halfway through development mod list. Of course, that's going to be the case. Please do remember, ladies and gentlemen, there are links down below to this mod list, to the Discord for the developers, along with, well, lots of links for our channel to other series and things happening. Keep an eye out in the coming days for more episodes on this. We are going to be sinking our teeth into this Guns for Hire mod. One way or the other, we'll get ourselves there. And yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember, also, leave your comments down below. The developers, there are multiple developers on this list. They are actively watching these videos. They want to hear your feedback. They are taking into account what you're saying, ideas you may have, or, you know, they don't expect them to listen to you. That would be a bit crazy to expect them to take into account what you're saying. But feel free to leave a comment down below. They may just listen to you. They may just implement it. They have done with basically, I think, everything that I've brought up so far. They have in some way incorporated some element of what I've said to evolve the situation here. But this list is not being made for me. It's being made for you. All right. So what do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Please do come back again very soon. Goodbye for now.